All right, I'm going to say it. Some of y'all aren't going to like it, but even though I'm saying it looking like a hot mess, it doesn't make it any less true. If women can leave a marriage just because they're unhappy, then men can leave a marriage just because they're unappreciated. We praise women for choosing themselves when they're walking away from a good man. He's been faithful, he's been consistent. But when a man says he's done for being taken advantage of, feeling like he's not appreciated, all of a sudden he's a bad guy. So why is her happiness validated, but his exhaustion is not? Why is finding her self-empowerment, but his boundary is selfishness? Marriage is supposed to be a two-way street. So if it's okay that a woman checks out emotionally, and we call it growth, men can walk away when they feel like they're being treated like background characters in a story. So let's talk about it. Are men allotted the same graces that women are given when they walk away from a relationship or a marriage?
The problem is our parents, our grandparents. That's exactly why it's never gonna stop. You know, I remember growing up, you're gonna hear something like "happy wife, happy life." You know, when your wife is angry or when your girlfriend is angry, you just gotta shut up or say sorry, even when you're not wrong. That is the problem. That's exactly why it's never gonna stop. Because every time on social media or when you're around your parents or you're around your family or your dad or your grandfather or something, the first thing you're going to hear them say is happy wife, happy life. Sometimes I've seen my mom, my grandma do some certain things, and I'm like, why can't you just, say something? And they're just like, oh man, I'm trying to avoid a drama or whatever. And that's the problem because growing up, you see something like this and you think it's normal. You think you should do the same thing. Of course, the whole new generation is different. But the a little older generation, maybe the millennials or whatever, we all programmed this way. That's why I usually tell people you need to deprogram yourself from some certain things that your parent tells you. Because we have this mindset that our parents are always right. Our parents can't do no wrong. But we forget that our parents are also human. These people make mistakes. I can't tell you like the amount of time my mom, when I was a little younger, my mom advised me about dating and relationship, but it's just bullshit. And sometimes my dad give me some, strict advice about dating women, but he don't say it fully because he don't want to offend, my mom or he don't want to look like an asshole or whatever. But I get it. This is exactly why that double standard is not going to stop because women's happiness are usually prioritized in a marriage. You know, most men just avoid the headache and just do whatever the fuck she want. And this is a big problem. That's why it's easy for a lot of women to just check out of marriage and I'm unhappy and that's it. She's gone. That's why it's easy for that. And if a man does the same thing, this is going to come with criticism and people are going to bash him on social media. Even his own family might bash him and say something like, "You're unhappy?" or "Your kids and shit." But if a woman does the same shit, no one says nothing about it. People just ignore like it never happened. This is the problem. So, and also you got to understand, women got financial reasons for leaving marriage, especially if you live in the States. If you live in Europe, you know, you're on the safer side. But if you live in the United States or the UK, Australia, Canada, these women even take your shit when you're just dating. You ain't even married, and they still take your shit. So there are financial reasons for why a lot of women do these things. So if someone is going to pay me $10 million or $500,000 to break up a marriage, why the fuck wouldn't I do that? Of course I'm going to do that. So it's easier, you know, to do something like that when there's finances attached to it. You can easily just say I'm unhappy and just go because you're gonna go with some money. And most women don't really, even most women would think about their kids. They think about it in a financial way. Yeah, I'm going to divorce him, then he's going to pay me child support. And this is one of the biggest problems we got in the black community because a lot of women, a lot of black women, they want to be single moms so bad because they want to take all the shine in case the baby becomes some big. Because every black woman think they're raising LeBron James. Every black woman think their baby is the next Kobe Bryant or something. They want to take the shine by themselves. They want to, this is a lot of black women's mindset. I'm not saying all of them, majority of them though. So that's the problem. That's why a lot of women, it's easy for them to check out a marriage. It's easy for them to check out a relationship, even if you got kids together. And a lot of men are just programmed, to do whatever she wants so she's not unhappy, so she don't leave. But that's why we're seeing the reverse of that in this new generation, because now we have this red pill thing going rampage, and so many women don't like it because everything the red pill is saying is don't take this woman's bullshit. If this woman don't make you happy, you should leave. If this happen, leave. If this happen, leave. Don't take this bullshit, don't take that bullshit. And it's making a lot of women mad because that's not the program. That's not the program. So it's making them really fucking mad. That's when you hear women call you, oh, he's insecure, he's this, he's that, he's this, he's that. He's controlling, he's a misogynist, every buzzword they can find on TikTok. That's why a lot of women don't like the red pill community because the red pill community is about the truth. Don't focus on the women, focus on money. Don't take her serious and do this and do that. Make sure your ambition is your priority and all this shit. A lot of women don't like that because when men start doing this shit, they don't take the bullshit no more. You can see the rates of which marriage is dropping. People are not getting married no more. These men are not popping questions no more. These men don't, appreciate women no more. So initially back in, when I was a little younger, people pedestalize women. You see all this music about a guy dancing in the rain and shit, professing his love. And although these women are good people, it's not like now, but this new generation don't do this shit no more. Now it's Netflix and chill. Come to my place, I'm not paying for your meal. It's 50-50. So it's kind of like a whole different ball game now. And thanks feminism for that, of course. So to answer the question, the reason why people don't take men serious and men's happiness serious is simple. Parents programming, society, because men don't cry like the society say. Men are just seen as a cash grab, like a wallet. So, and women are seen as this angelic figure, that can do no wrong. So, everything a woman does is pure, everything a man does is bad. That's why Father's Days are not appreciated. That's why it's easy to have a false allegation against men. That's why it's easy for a woman to just put a camera and lie about shit. And everybody believes her, even without facts. Everyone just believes her. That's why it's easy for a woman to humiliate her husband live on stream or punch him in the face live on stream and people going to support her. But if a man does the same thing, people are going to hate her. So people champion women for bad decision, but they don't do the same thing for men. So people support, oh, go girl, you're fine. But if a man does the same thing, it's bad. So that's just the reality we live in. That's why I usually tell most men, you gotta be careful who you deal with. You gotta understand who you deal with. Maybe stay away from women for a couple of minutes to understand what's going on. That's just the reality we live in. At the end of the day, the new generation is killing that shit right now because I don't think they're gonna get married anytime soon. But it's too bad because if there's no marriage, there's no family. And we're just going to have a bunch of baby mamas running around, which we can see right now. It's going rampant. But at the end of the day, I hope everything gets back to normal. Anyway, let me know what y'all think about it in the comment section, man. Please like and subscribe to my channel. I'm out of here.